This is a Windows Phone 7 game review of Hexic Rush, which is an Xbox Live title and available in the marketplace for $2.99. Hexic Rush is your usual Hexic game for Windows Phone. It works pretty well except for the controls, which are kind of tough to get used to. After I've played it for a while, I've started to like it a bit more, but I still run across times when it's tough to be precise with the controls here. How they work is you have to touch in the center of one of the groups here and then spin it, but it's really tough to pick the correct center. Like, that time I picked it correctly, but other times you might accidentally pick the one next to it, and they're all so close together on a little mobile phone screen that it does get tricky to play. And then if you made the wrong selection and then you want to let go of this one, you have to kind of figure out where it used to be in order to let it go to make sure that you don't accidentally spin it somewhere and you didn't mean to spin it. So the controls on the game are slightly an issue here, and it's really disappointing because the Zune HD version of Hexic actually has better controls here. Of course the game's a lot smaller on the Zune here, but what you do is you drag here and then you can actually visually see what your selection is there and then spin it. That makes the game much easier and way more accurate to play. Besides the normal gameplay mode in Hexic, which is just keep on playing and get as high score as you possibly can and try to make those clusters, or the honeycombs they call them, of one color, which then gets you a flower, and then if you make a honeycomb of those, you get a little black Hexic piece, and you try to make as many of those. There's also the marathon, or the rush mode. The rush mode here, where it's just like a really fast-paced type game of Hexic. And in this game, you actually can turn a piece and set it even if it's not going to combine with something. So that means it's a lot easier to go here and actually make one of those. And as you play through this mode, it'll increase in difficulty really quickly here. And when you go through each level, you'll start to get a lot more bombs that come into gameplay. And as you go higher and higher in the levels, eventually you'll have bombs coming at you every 2 seconds, and you have to defuse them within 10 seconds, otherwise you lose. So that really adds to the replay value of the game. There are also leaderboards and achievements to work through. And the achievements, they don't really hand out achievements. You actually have to work through the game to actually get them, so that's good. The sounds in the game are pretty good. There's a little techno-ish song going on in the background, and then you got the sound of the tiles falling, and the sound of when you make a cluster. And the visuals are really good too. The only real complaint is the controls, which are just a bit too inaccurate. Otherwise, Hexic Rush is a great Windows Phone title, and you can find it in the marketplace for $2.99. Subscribe to WM Power users to catch all the latest reviews as they come out.